Masturbation is a topic that's not talked about often. Is it okay to masturbate?
I can't believe you used the M word in church. Can you believe that?
I think you covered all the other ones, so.
Okay, the Bible does not directly address that subject, interestingly enough. I mean, you can look it up. There's nothing in the Bible that talks about masturbation. Jesus did say this in Matthew 5:27. He said, you have heard it said, don't commit adultery. But I say to you that anyone who looks on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery in his heart. Therefore, he says, if your right eye offends you, pluck it out, and he went on with all that. So Jesus seemed to indicate that God not only looks at what we do, but he looks at what's going on in here, in our heart. And I'm going to just speak to this from personal experience if I can, okay, for just a moment. So as a young man, this was an issue for me. I had a little stash of pornography, and I would use that to fantasize and to masturbate. And I know some of you are probably never going to come to church here again. That's okay, but I'm going to be honest. We said these are naked conversations, right? So here you are. Yep. And when I read that verse, when I read the Matthew 5:27 verse, and I realized what Jesus was saying there, I thought, okay, so it doesn't say anything about masturbation, but it does say about what's going on in my head and in my heart, right? And that's not right. And so here's what I did. I said, okay, God, I need your help with this. If that's the boundary, I'm going to live in it. And so whenever I was tempted, and for me this was a nighttime thing, when I was tempted, the first thing I did was I got rid of my stash of pornography. I threw that away. I still had the images burned in my mind, and when I was tempted to think through those and use that for arousal and masturbation, I would throw off the covers. I would turn on the light by my bed. I would open my Bible and get down on my knees by my bed, and I'd start reading Scripture. And I'd read Scripture until I got sleepy. And then I'd close my Bible and crawl back in bed. Sometimes the images would come back to my mind. I'd reach over, turn on the light, throw back the covers. There were some times when I was up several times. But you know what happened? Over a period of months, two things happened. I stopped masturbating, and I became a devoted Bible reader.